Good morning, friends. How is everybody doing today? Welcome to A Maker's Studio. This is Kim, and normally I vlog at Salvage Living, where I do lots of easy DIY and home decor projects for a life at home redeemed. I love to do really easy, thrifted, upcycle type projects, and you guys are welcome to follow me over on my page. I'd love to have you there. But today I'm going to do a fun little project here on Maker's Studio. We're going to have a giveaway for you guys, which is always so amazing. So make sure you're telling me hi in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from, and invite friends. Invite like 3 friends, tag them or whatever to have them come over and enjoy this craft with you guys. Okay, so that'll be fun. I'm going to show you what we're doing today real quick. I'm going to show you the supplies that I'm going to use, and then I'll flip the camera down so you can see exactly what I'm doing. But I'm going to make just a little quick sign or a shelf sitter, whatever you want to call it. This is a piece of scrap wood I had in my garage. And you guys, you can make your own signs so easy with Maker Studio stencils. They make them look so professional, and they are a bargain to make for yourself. So just cut a piece of wood, any size. I save all my scraps. I have a huge scrap bucket. I just sanded the corners and the edges a little bit just so it's kind of nice. So I'm going to use this piece of wood. We're going to use the gel stain from a Maker Studio. I don't know if you guys have ever used this gel stain, but this is the English walnut. It's really beautiful. I'm going to show you how to use it. I'm going to show you why it's amazing to use. We're going to use some chalk art in boxwood topiary, so some green and white. These are my favorite colors. This is my home decor colors. You guys can knock yourself out with whatever colors make you happy. But the stencil that we're gonna use today is called Build a Life You Love. And it has a ton of sayings, so you can mix and match them. You can make a lot of different signs, or you can just put a little saying on a box, on a sign, on a shirt, whatever you want. There's a million ways to use these stencils, you guys. I know it's kind of backwards, but this says sorting out life one load at a time. That's the stencil we're gonna use today. This is going to be a shelf sitter for your laundry room. We're also looking at, and so they built a life they loved. I love that. You and me, you are made ready. Amen. Like you're made just as you are. God made you perfect. You can handle it. You're made ready. All right. And then down here, this really little one says there's gold in every piece of your story. And I believe that too. I think that's one of the reasons I love so many of a Maker Studio stencils is they're just truth. They always point to the truth. And, you know, some of our stories have parts in them that we wish they didn't, but that's what makes us us. And that's what makes our stories beautiful and redeemed and salvaged. Okay. So you guys, I'm going to show you how we're going to put this all together. And I'm going to flip the camera here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. If you have any questions, ask in the comments. Don't forget to invite your friends so you can get a chance to win this stencil from a Maker Studio. They will reach out to a winner, and good luck. Okay, I'm gonna flip this down now. All right, guys, so we're gonna get started with our gel stain first because we got to get our surface ready. I'm going to just paint on this amazing gel stain. Like, you guys, it smells good. You can do this inside, and it's not like a traditional stain. You can see that it's thicker. It's easy to just brush on. It's just a whole different ball game of working with stain when you use this gel stain over a traditional stain. It's just, you can kind of be more in control of it, if you will. So I'm just going to paint it on this surface, and then I'll be rubbing it off. So I'm just trying to get it all over the surface. And I'm just using a chip brush, just a basic, inexpensive chip brush that you can get from Maker Studio too, I believe. Okay, I'm going to get the sides because you want to do the whole thing. I would normally say do the back too, so I'll do that later, but I wanted to do this on camera for y'all, so you can see how quick and easy it is. And I wish you could smell it because it's so just odor free. It's so different than a normal stain. It doesn't, it's not as, just not as hard to work with. I don't know how else to say it. I'm sure there's technical reasons why, but the thing I love about stain is a little bit goes a long way. And I think it's one of the underused paint possibilities, if you ask me. A lot of times we just rush to paint things, but staining is so beautiful. It's so deep and so rich and just has such a good, provides such a good finish, you know. Let me get this part. I like to use paper towels when I stain. A lot of times just because then I don't have to wash a rag. You want to either use a soft rag or you want to use a paper towel to wipe off the excess stain. Kind of buff it in there. Isn't that pretty? It's such a beautiful color. Just love the warm, rich tone it gives you when you stain a piece of wood. Let me do one more pass over with the clean. Clean paper towel. You guys, if you're just hopping on, we're making a shelf sitter or a sign for your laundry room. I also forgot to tell you, I'm going to do a little bow on here, so y'all stick with me because I'll show you how to do that real quick just to finish this piece off. All right, so you're gonna kind of want to let that dry. I'm gonna use my heat gun just to get it a little bit so it's not so damp. I don't want my sign part to bleed. Sorry, I know watching paint dry is not, it's not the fun part, but sometimes you gotta do the not fun part to get to the fun part, right? So you have a choice on this. You can work with this all as one piece. I'm gonna go ahead and cut apart what I wanna use just to make it easier to work with. So don't be afraid to cut your stencils up. You really have 4 ready-made signs or sayings, but you can always mix and match fonts. You can mix and match words. I feel like so many of these stencils, they all just go together. Let me cut this bottom part off because I don't want it to have that little opening. I should have done that, sorry. All right. So now we're just going to peel this off. Usually I eyeball stuff, or I kind of very technically use my fingers to measure things, and I'm like, oh, does that look like it's about right? Does that look even? Kind of look back. It helps to stand back and look at it a little bit. Make sure you have it on there straight. And you just want a good adhesion. Just wipe your hand over the stencil to get it stuck on there good, because remember, these are mesh stencils, so when you push the paint through, it's going to make a really crisp, clean line. But you do want to make sure that you have a good application. I think I'm going to do I reckon it's the white chalk art. I'm going to do this in 2 tones, so we're going to do the white chalk art here. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to get it down in this little loop here in just a sec. I'm so mad I cannot find my little pencil squeegee. I don't know where it is. I keep all of my supplies together and it is missing. I don't know if like my dog ate it literally or what, But if you don't have the squeegee set, you guys, you really need to get that, okay? It is so amazing for these stencils. You can see there's just, I mean, you hardly use any of the chalk art for this. So I'm just making sure that I get right where I need to. I'm going to use this paintbrush to kind of dab this right where I want it. All right, just to try to get it really right where I need it in that stencil. I really, 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 really wish that I had my little pencil, but I'm going to use just this corner to be very precise and get that paint right where I want it in that stencil. I think it's going to work. The pencil's better though. All right, so that's good. We're done here. With that color, let me wipe this off. Just get any excess off. All right, now I'm gonna do green. We're gonna change this up just a little bit too, so stick with me because we're gonna do more than just this stencil to this sign. I love this green. It's such a pretty color. Just smear it on there. This paint is forgiving. If you mess up and you get it somewhere you don't want it, you can definitely work with it, okay guys? So don't be afraid to just try stuff. You know, you're gonna mess up here and there. It's gonna happen. Happens to the best of us. So just keep going for it. These signs really are so fun and easy to make, and especially once you get the hang of it, they get easier and easier. You're just gonna make sure you push that paint through, clean off the excess. Gonna get right in there. I'm gonna get this excess off my brush, my thing. See, like you can see, it's a really intricate part right here where the tail loops into the words. So I'm just trying to be as precise as I can because this is a lot of times I don't care if the details are too, you know, specific, like exact, perfect. I don't do much perfection, but I do want this to be pretty crisp, so. All right, I think that's gonna cut it. Now, when you take these stencils off, you wanna try to put them in a bucket of water or wash them as quickly as you can, just so the paint doesn't dry on your stencil. The chalk art will kind of, it's water-based and it usually will just wash off, but you wanna, just to keep your stencils healthy, you wanna clean them as quick as possible. All right, so look how cute we're doing. I love this. It's so pretty. All right, so we're gonna add a little extra to it. Okay, you guys, I wanna show you that you can use this paint we're gonna do some lines. All right, we're gonna make some lines on the edge of our little sign just to add a little something something to it. Wish I had some thin. Trying to think what I want to do here. All right, so I'm going to make a thin line right here. All right, we're doing good. I'm going to use that green again because it's such a pretty color. I'm just going to paint it on that line. Paint it on this one. Just make sure you smear it off, you know, the excess, because it's going to take a minute for that to dry. It'll be a little thicker. I can't get rid of that crack. There we go. All right, you guys. This is looking cute. All right, now we're gonna do one more little line after I dry this. Hold on. This actually dries really quick, which is so nice. So I'm going straight over that other line because I just want to, you'll see what I'm doing. You can do this either way. I just want to do the edges kind of fun. And then we're going to make a little bow to stick on top of this to really finish it off. That's going to be so cute. What's really fun is you can actually use, like, especially this really thin wording right here on a piece of ribbon to make a ribbon or a bow with words if you wanted to do that. That's a great project. I love to give y'all ideas. There's so many fun ways that you can use these stencils. You guys, it's just literally, it's crazy. All right, so that's gonna be there. You can wipe off the excess on your finger just to keep it right there on the face of this sign. Super easy. Color blocking and making signs like this is so easy with this squeegee. Just get you some painter's tape. All right, we're gonna do that. Making a mess. Ta-da! That's super cute. All right, so I feel like this could be a precious sign as is, but we're gonna just take it up one little notch, okay? I'm gonna just do a really quick layered bow. So I grabbed some of my favorite materials, which are an old white sheet, like a bed sheet that I got at a garage sale for $1. I have one all the time laying around. I just cut it into strips. You can rip it. That helps it give this nice ragged edge. I have some drop cloth strips. Just love how worn and warm they are. This is some burlap with a little bit of lace already on it, and this is from the Dollar Tree, you guys. This is just an expensive Dollar Tree ribbon. And we're just gonna cut a couple of pieces. And I'm actually gonna mix in some of this black and white houndstooth because I love houndstooth. It's kind of like my signature go-to print, and maybe you have one. Maybe you love buffalo check, or you love paisley, or you love plaid, or whatever, you know, it might be. Just go with it. Make it work for your house. This is how you add your signature to your home. You know what I mean? So we're just gonna layer this bow. It's not anything hard. Just throw some stuff on there. Don't worry if the sizings are off. We can trim it up in a minute. Just mix and match them. Doesn't have to be any particular order or anything like that, anything difficult. Let me think what I want to do here. I think I'm gonna all right, so you can see how I just layered that. I'm just gonna squeeze the middle like that. I'm gonna take this extra piece to tie around it. You can use yarn, string, jute, whatever you want to tie off the middle. This fabric's kind of hard because it's, you know, a little thicker, but we can make a knot. All right, now you've got a cute little bow. It's got a lot of texture and color variations in it. If you want to trim up some of the longer pieces in yours, feel free. If you don't, feel free not to. I'm just gonna make it work. You could do straight edges, bead edges. There's no rules in bow making, you guys. So There we go. Next, what I'm gonna do, I thought this would be cute. I have just an extra button. You guys know you have extra buttons in your laundry room, right? I mean, there's just no way you don't, because that's where they end up. They end up in the laundry room. They come out of the dryer. I'm just gonna put that as the center of this little bow, just as an extra nod to our laundry room creativity here. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put a little shot of hot glue on the back. And, oops, let me put this right here on top. And we're almost done. Let it dry just a second, then I'm gonna show you how cute this is. Don't forget to invite friends, you guys. If you want a chance to win this precious stencil, look how cute are we, you guys. That was so easy to make. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys. And I can't wait to see what kind of fun stuff you make with your stencils. Make sure you tag us and let us know. Have a fabulous day, guys.